Welcome to the Modern Manager. I am Amy Canfor-Stewart, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today to talk about when we should be revisiting a decision. Every team has that moment when you have made a decision and then something changes. New information comes, something else is going on, and you wonder, should we be revisiting this decision? Is it worth it to rehash and reopen, or do we need to just stick to our original plan and plow forward? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I share new tips for managers every week, and you'll never want to miss a video. Let's just first get clear about why we should even be thinking about whether we should be opening a decision again or not. Whenever new information comes, you might think it's obvious. Of course, we should be revisiting this decision. But there are real costs that come from rehashing and reopening conversations. Revisiting decisions too often can make your team feel like there is a lack of stability, that any decision is always going to be up for conversation, and there's no kind of finality to the decisions that you have. So you really do want to be thoughtful about when has the new information, when has the context changed enough that it makes sense to revisit, and when is that kind of on the periphery and we need to stay with the plan. So let's look at the 4 reasons why you would want to reopen a decision, and then we'll talk about some of the cases where it just doesn't make sense. Up first is obviously where new information has arisen. The key question to be asking yourself when you have new information or something has shifted in the marketplace or with the customer and you're now questioning, well, we know more than we did before, do we need to revisit the decision? And those key questions that you should be asking are, does this change our fundamental assumptions that guided us to make the choice we did? Does this new information impact how we evaluated this choice against our criteria? And does this new information impact how we understand our values that were guiding us in this decision? Here's a quick example. I was working with a team that was doing a big research project, and they decided that in order to get as many people as possible to participate, they would run it as a prize. And after a number of months of working on this, they brought it to their advisory team. And the advisory team really questioned whether or not the format of a prize was supporting their research goals or actually hindering them. And so after getting this input, the team decided to revisit, was this strategy the optimal one, and ultimately decided to change course, even though they'd already put in weeks of work and energy and money. So there are times where that new information does tackle the fundamentals of the decision. And then, of course, there are times where it doesn't. So before reopening a decision, just because new information has surfaced or something has changed, make sure you question, is this really about our assumptions, our criteria, or our values? Next up, when you might want to revisit a decision, is when the timeline has changed. Now, this is different than new information. This would be the timeline for a project has now been extended. And this gives you opportunity to revisit your plan, your strategies, the scope of the work, because it can open up some opportunities if you now know that you have more time that might change the decisions that you had made going in originally. The same is true if the timeline gets shortened. Your original plans were based on a timeline that's no longer feasible. So you want to question, is the plan that we have now, are the decisions that we made before, are those still valid given the reduced timeline that we have? So for example, maybe you are launching a new course of work with a new vendor, and you were going to originally scope out 5 different possible partners. And now that the timeline has been shortened, you have to revisit that decision about, is 5 the right number for your due diligence process? It might be, or you might decide that actually we don't really have time to do a thorough investigation of 5, so let's reduce that to 3. Or let's shift our process so that we have a 2-stage part and we do a quick look at 5 and then we narrow it down and do a deep dive on 2. But either way, the original decision no longer makes sense in the context of the shortened timeline. So whenever there is a shift in timing, that's a good moment to pause and say, do our decisions still hold, or does something need to be adjusted to realign with our new timing? Similar to when your timeline has changed, you may also want to revisit decisions when the resources have changed. This could be changes in budget or staffing or any other kind of resources at your disposal. Now, if you think about this from a financial perspective, if you thought your original budget was X and now it's been increased to Y, which hopefully that happens sometimes, you get opportunities that were maybe not available to you before. And so you want to go back and reconsider some of those choices. And the same is true the other way. If your budget was X and now it's Z and it's been reduced, you want to go back again and look at some of the decisions and make sure they still will work and are feasible given those new constraints. Now, the same thing is true with people. I had a team member who was really taking the lead on running one of my programs with me. And when she gave me her notice, I could have just been frustrated and disappointed that she was leaving my team and plowed straight ahead. But instead, I took a step back and I said, what do I do with this program now that my core team member who is supporting this is no longer going to be available? I could continue to run it myself and hire a new team member. I could modify the program so that it would be more manageable for me on my own, or I could completely cut it and do something else with my time. Now, I had made a choice to run this program with the assumption that my team member was going to be there with me. And as soon as she was no longer there, that fundamentally changed my thoughts about the program and whether now was the right time to be running it. So, as a rule of thumb, if the resources you have available change and significantly impact how you are able to achieve your work, that's a great time to reconsider your decisions and make sure they are aligned with the resources you have available. Lastly, sometimes the goal or the scope of work itself is adjusted. And when this happens, you want to make sure that your decisions that you made are still aligned with the ultimate goal or scope of work that you are now responsible for. So if you think about a new product launch that was originally planned to be for the US only, and now you're deciding to make that same launch but be for all of North America or a global launch, you want to go back and revisit some of the decisions to make sure that they are still aligned with this new broader scope of goals. The decisions that you might want to look at are things related to your timeline. They could be related to how you've allocated your resources, or they could be related to your strategy and approach writ large, or just generally the tasks you've identified that you need to get done. Whenever the scope or the goal has changed, it is worth taking a step back and reviewing your plans and your decisions to ensure that they continue to align or they need to be adjusted so that they stay in alignment with your new goal. Now let's take a moment and look at when are times where it is not worth revisiting a decision. So obviously, when you have new information that is tangential or is minor, it is not worth revisiting. You don't want to get caught up in a conversation where the fundamentals that went into the decision aren't being questioned. Next is when morale or momentum are at stake. Sometimes it is not worth the disruption to the team or the project to revisit decisions when things are already in motion, when people are already committed. And yes, you might ultimately want to or prefer to have tweaked a decision here or there. But if the bigger picture means that people are going to lose energy, that they are going to be less motivated, that the work is going to be set back significantly, it may not be worth making those minor adjustments. It might be better to let the team continue to plow ahead with the energy and on the course that they've already planned out. And then lastly, you want to be careful about revisiting decisions when there are significant ripple effects. So sometimes there might be new information or a change in timeline or something else that might want to make you question some decisions. But when you take a moment to reconsider how will changing this decision impact all of the other work that we have, you might realize that making a change at this point is actually more detrimental than staying the course. So for example, this might mean something like we've already gotten so far on this path that if we were to make a shift now, we are going to have to extend the timeline by another 2 or 3 months. And ultimately, that is going to throw off a ton of other work that we had planned to do. And so then the decision might be to wrap this up the way we had originally intended, even if it's not going to be as great as it could have been, because it's going to allow the rest of the work to continue on in the pacing that we really need it to be. Now, if you're wondering how to know if a decision should be revisited, all you're going to do is ask yourself a couple of key questions. The first is, does this new information, does this change in timeline, does the change in scope, are these things hitting to the fundamentals of the decisions that we have made thus far? And if the answer is yes, you want to reopen that conversation. Second, consider how your team is doing and those ripple effects. Is revisiting this decision going to be ultimately good for the work and good for the team? Or is it going to have some negative unintended consequences that are ultimately going to be more frustrating, more energy waste, more dollar waste than is worth the time? And then thirdly, if you're not sure whether you want to revisit a decision, you can always ask your team. Instead of diving right into the content and starting that whole conversation around the decision, you can lay out the situation. Here's what's changed. Here are the decisions I think might be impacted by those changes. Does it feel like this is a conversation we need to have, or should we continue to stay the course? And see how folks feel about it. And of course, it never hurts to put into place process and criteria for when decisions should be revisited. It is super helpful to identify upfront what are some of those triggers that if we get this information, if such and such were to change, that would be warranting a revisiting of some of these decisions. Or here's our process. When new information comes, when something is shifted in our resources, here's our process for opening those conversations and making sure that when we revisit a decision, it is done in an efficient and timely manner that does not create more instability and more frustration amongst the team. Of course, revisiting decisions is sometimes necessary with your team. We are always seeking to balance consistency and drive forward with taking in new information and being adaptable and flexible. We want to be responsive enough to the world while also being committed enough to our decisions and our plans so that we can actually make progress. For more tips on how to be a rockstar manager with a thriving team, go to themodernmanager.com. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to this channel and don't forget to check out my latest video.